Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Sri Dakshinamurti Sudeshikendram Dvaipayanam Sutrakritam Munindram Sri Shankaram Bhashyakritam Yetindram Maddeshi Kanchapi Namami Vidyai Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartribhyo Vamsarishibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyah Sarvopaplavarahita Prajnana Ganaha Pratyagarto Brahmaivaham Asmi Om Prapanna Jataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gita Amritaduhe Namaha. Prams everyone. So we are in the second chapter. We had completed Sloka number 40 in the last class. The last class, Sloka number 40, is a very important Sloka where Bhagavan talked about the difference between Karma Yoga and a normal action. The difference between Karma Yoga and a Karma. And basically Bhagavan was praising Karma Yoga. He was advertising Karma Yoga, but he had not provided the Lakshana of Karma Yoga yet. He is still in the sense building up to the climax later, where he would be explaining what is Karma Yoga later. But so far, what are the three differences that we saw last class? Nehabhi kramana shosti pratyavayo na vidyate swalpamapyasya dharmasya trayate mato bhayat. So the three differences are, first of all, there is no question of failure in Karma Yoga. Then the second difference is, whereas in the case of karma, there is a possibility of failure. Then the second one is, no adverse result in Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga will not result in any adverse result. There will not be any counterproductive action that can come out. Karma Yoga will give you the result. Whereas in the case of action, you may have a particular motive, but you may not achieve that. Then the last one is Swalpamapyasya dharmasya. So there is no question of any incomplete action in the case of Karma Yoga. For whatever we have done, we would get that benefit out of Karma Yoga. Whereas in the case of karma, unless we are able to complete the job, we will not be able to get that benefit. And of course, trayate mahato bhayat. So Karma Yoga will actually be able to protect us from the greatest fear. The greatest fear is the fear of samsara, the fear of death, the fear of samsara, the fear of janma bandham. It will help us to overcome that fear. So that is Sloka number 40, where Bhagavan was praising Karma Yoga. Now we will go to 41. Now in 41, Bhagavan is going to praise Karma Yogi. So Karma Yoga was praised in 40. Karma Yogi, a person who practices Karma Yoga, is being praised in 41. We go to the Sloka. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha vyavasāyātmikā buddhihi ekeha kuru nandana bahushākā hyanantāscha buddhayo vyavasāyinām vyavasāyātmikā buddhihi ekeha kuru nandana bahushākā hyanantāscha buddhayo vyavasāyinām. So as I said here, Bhagavan is praising Karma Yogi. Karma Yogi is one who lives by Karma Yoga. How will his intent be? How will his intellect be? That is being described by Bhagavan. So Bhagavan says, vyavasāyātmikā buddhihi. His attitude is described here. Vyavasāyātmikā. Vyavasa means clear, determined. There is a clarity. Atmika means swabhava. So he's got a clear attitude, or in other words, a determined attitude. vyavasāyātmikā means a determined attitude. What is his attitude? Where is the determination? What is the determination on? Eka iha. Ekeha kurunandana. Eka iha. Eka means one. There is only one. Where iha, in this field, in this life, there is only one. Kurunandana. Kurunandana means Arjuna, boy of Kuru dynasty. Arjuna, Kurunandana. So Bhagavan is basically saying a Karma Yogi's attitude is determined, is very clear. Vyavasāyātmikā. And Eka is singular. His attitude or his goal is singular. He has got only one goal. So vyavasāyātmikā ekaha kurunandana. When we say he is determined about what? He is determined about both the sadhyam as well as sadhana. Sadhyam meaning the goal, the sadhanam meaning the path. So he is clear both about the goal and the path. Goal and the path of what? He has got clarity on the goal of his life. He is also clear about the path to take to reach that goal. That is what a Karma Yogi is. And this is very interesting because when we ask many people what is it that they want in life, most of them, they will scratch their life. Or even if you ask them what is the purpose of this life, most of us don't know. Even at the age of 80, many people do not know what is the purpose of life. Why are we born? Why are we here? Why did God create us? What is it we are supposed to do? And after this life, what? So, why am I in this place? What am I supposed to do? There is no clarity. And when people grow up, because we are all, in the herd mentality, we will just say, when we were young, we were thinking only, education is my goal. When we are studying, we thought, okay, maybe I should just get, good degree from a good college. That is the purpose. And that is my purpose and that is my goal of life. And then we would have got that, or whatever we could have, we would not have. Then we would have moved on to the next one. Okay, now I've got my qualification, I have to get job. I want that particular job. I want job in this place as this person. And then once we get the job, then immediately the goal, what is the goal of life? Why am I here? Oh, I have to get married. I have to get a family. So that becomes my new goal. Then I get married and then now I want to, build a career. I have to get so much of money in my bank account. Then I'm also interested in fame. I want to get popular. I have to get popular among everyone. I have to, among my friends, among my neighbors, among my peers, among my college mates. I have to get fame. Then what? Oh, okay, I made my money. I want to enjoy life. I want actually, what is my goal in life? I want to, go around the world. Visit as many places as possible. That's my goal of life. Then as we go, still, when we hit 50, 60, what is the goal of life? Oh, I have to ensure that I maintain my health. I do not fall sick. That becomes my purpose of my life. And every time it keeps changing. What is the real purpose? We don't know. Or most of us don't know. We know. But there are people who come to the age of 80 and then probably understand at that point of time what is the purpose of life. They feel wasted. They feel that they have wasted their life. They will get only dukkham. But what Bhagavan says here, a Karma Yogi is absolutely clear what he wants. He has only one goal, ekaha. Ekeha kurunandana. Only one, and it is unchanging, unswerving. What is that goal? Moksha. Moksha alone is the goal. And all other things that Karma Yogi goes through, the money, fame, education, career, family, all are sadhanas, are all sadhana steps to reach the final goal. But Bhagavan says, a Karma Yogi has clear understanding of both the goal as well as the path to take. Sādana sādhya vishay. Both. Now there are some people who think they want to get moksha, they want to come out of samsara, but they may not know the path. Because if somebody comes and tells them something, they might get confused. Whereas for a Karma Yogi, they are very clear. But for a person who is not a Karma Yogi, they have no understanding or idea about spirituality. What is about spirituality? How do we get there to moksha? For a Karma Yogi, he is clear. The ultimate goal is freedom, liberation. Liberation from samsara, liberation from this birth-death cycle. And for that, the sadhanas are jnanam. Jnanam is knowledge. Knowledge about self is what will give me moksha. And for gaining that jnanam, I have to get myself qualified. Jnana yogyata praptihi. That is required. And for that jnana yogyata, he knows that the mind has to be pure. And for the mind to be pure, he is very clear that Karma Yoga is the sadhana. So he has the knowledge and intellect about the sadhanas to perform step by step to reach the final goal. And that is why Bhagavan calls him as vyavasāyātmikā. Vyavasāyātmikā means clear. He is absolutely, there is no doubt in his mind at all. Vyavasāyātmikā buddhihi ekeha kurunandana. So in this first line, Bhagavan basically talks about the person who follows or who will follow a method that has been prescribed, that has been modeled by Bhagavan. His intellect, his svabhava, there is a clarity in that. There is a conviction on the goal that he has to reach, attain. There is a conviction on the sadhanas that he has to perform. So, vyavasāyātmikā buddhihi. So, Bhagavan is now talking about Karma Yogi. Now, as I said, whenever we want to praise somebody or whenever we want to say how good he is, we always do a comparison. So, in the second line, Bhagavan compares that with a person who does not live by Karma Yoga. So, the first line is about Karma Yogi. Now, the second line is about a person who does not follow Karma Yoga or who does not live by Karma Yoga. Bahushaka hanantascha buddhayo vyavasāyinām. Buddhayo avyavasāyinām. Buddhya. Buddhaya means the notions. The notions means the attitude, or we can say the notions about what is the purpose of life. Avyavasāyinām. As I said, vyavasāyinām means clear, determined. Avyavasāyinām means a person who does not have clarity. Those without clarity. So, other non-karma yogis. And for the non-karma yogis, avyavasāyinām buddhaya. The notions are unclear, and which means how will their sadhanas and sadhyam be? What will they be their goal? What will be their sadhanas? The path to take. Bahushaka cha anantaha. Bahushaka cha anantaha. Bahushakaha means, shakaha means branched. Bahushakaha means many branched. They have many branches. Anantaha. They are endless. That's why these people have Bhagavan is saying is these people have a long list of things to achieve in life. If you ask them what is it that they want to achieve in life, depending on the age, I want to get married, I want to get a good job, or even if they are right now in the middle age, okay, I want to get my son married, I want to get a daughter married, son in a good job, I want to get grandchildren, I want to migrate to this place, I want to have a healthy life, I want to have a nice retirement plan where I enjoy my life, I have to have health insurance, all those things. There is a big list of things that they want to do. And even if they have a list now, it will keep changing. Bahushaka anantaha. It keeps endless. Every time a new one gets added up. Initially, as I said, it might be job. Then once we get a job, then it goes into promotion. If I get promoted, I'll be happy. Then it's about money. I want to have bonus. I want to have a better job. Then I want to have a family. Then I want to buy a house. Then I want to have a bigger house. Then I want to have an investment there. Then I want to talk about my children's education, children's marriage. Then suddenly I realize that I have my parents who are old, then parents' health, then my retirement fund, whether I've got enough funds to retire, whether my retirement will be comfortable. Then what about my own health, whether I have health insurance, whether I'm taking all those things. The list keeps coming up and it keeps changing. And the world is made in such a way that when we all have this goal and we think that once I achieve this, I will become happy. I will become contented. The moment I get that, I'll be happy. The moment I'm able to get that house, I'll be happy. The moment I'm able to get to the job, I'll be happy. The moment I'm able to migrate to that place, I'll be happy. The moment I'm able to get my children married, I'll be happy. The moment I'm able to see my grandchildren, I'll be happy. The moment I'm able to see my grandchildren's marriage, I'll be happy. That happiness and contentment is actually keeps changing. Once we get there, we are happy for a short time. Yes, we do become happy then, definitely. But then after some time, we become apurna, discontented again. I look for another fulfillment. I seek another. Until I achieve one. Until I achieve, it becomes my lakshya. The once I achieve that, the lakshya keeps changing. No more becomes my lakshya. Something else becomes my lakshya, my goal. How many such are there? Anantaha. Bhagavan says, Anantaha, endless. Buddhaya, the notions of vyavasāyātmikā, the notions of the person without clarity are Anantaha, endless, and Bahushakaha, many branched. Bhagavan is going to talk about this vyavasāyātmikā elaborately in the next few slokas. So we'll keep some for them, for those slokas also. But Shankaracharya in his commentary, he says, why a Karma Yogi has only one buddhi, whereas others have many sadhyams and sadhanas? Why does the Karma Yogi only have one? How is it that he has been able to identify the right one and that only one? And Shankaracharya says, reason is Karma Yogi has taken the help of Shastras. He is following whatever Ishvara has given in the Vedas. He has taken Bhagavan's Upadesha properly. Pramana janitvat jnanam ekam. Pramana janitam means proper knowledge. Pramana means knowledge. Janitam, a knowledge that comes out of properly, will lead to only one answer. For that person, Shastras is the Pramana. He does not go by what the society is saying as the goal. He will not go by, because society keeps changing. The herd mentality will make us, the peer pressure, whatever you call that, will always drag us somewhere else. He goes by what has been mentioned in the Shastras. And the Shastras, it's very clear, there's only one answer. The rope snake example, a person may see Bahushaka. One person may see a snake, one person may see that as a crack in the ground, one person may see it as a garland, withered garland. The wrong notions can be many, but the right knowledge is only one. The right knowledge is only rope. So knowledge is only one, mistakes are many. And to gain any knowledge, we have to use a proper instrument. So what is the purpose of life? Some people will think, oh, I will meditate and find the purpose of life. Or I will find out myself. Don't worry. I will find out as I grow older and wiser. I will know the purpose of life. I don't need to listen to anybody. Not to Shastras, definitely. I am intelligent enough. I will do my own experience of understanding from this world what is the purpose of my life. There cannot be a bigger fool than that. But we need the right instrument. For proper knowledge, we need the right instrument. And for a Karma Yogi, he uses the right instrument, the correct pramana. The correct pramana is Shastra pramana. Shastras have prescribed what is. Shastras, as I said, is the manual. Vedas are the manual for our life, living. For every thing that is produced, there is always a manual in terms of how to use it, what not to use it, how not to use it, what is the purpose of that particular object. In our case, for our lives, Shastras, the Vedas are our manual. So the correct pramana is Shastra pramana. For others, of course, there are various goals, various sadhanas. And even if people come to spirituality, then also people are confused. There are various programs to confuse also. There are many, stories as well. Prahalada Charitram is there, Dhruva Charitram is there. And in each one we find one sadhana. In some Charitram, the tapas is glorified. In some, bhakti is glorified. In some, seva is glorified. In some, just values are glorified, like speaking truth is glorified. So, there is in some meditation is glorified. Penance, tapas is glorified. So, we do not know what is the right sadhana also. So, we do not know. So, sometimes we listen to one discourse from one particular teacher, and then suddenly we think, okay, Nama Sankirtanam is the way to get moksha. And especially these days, there are a lot of those WhatsApp shots as well that comes and say, okay, Nama Sankirtanam is the way to get moksha in Kali Yuga. Okay, then people start doing bhajans. Somebody says, no, Kundalini Yoga is the way to actually where you are able to get the Kundalini up, you will be able to attain liberation. Then somebody says, no, you have to study Gita. They come for 4 days to Gita class, study, who am I, what is inquiry. They say, what is this? I mean, this seems to be only confusion. So, with Bahushakaha, with so many branches, people get confused. The religion is not properly understood. And because there are so many branches and this person goes to every branch for a few days and then comes back, he does not benefit. He will not blame his own lack of understanding. On the contrary, he will blame the religion, he will blame the teachers, and he will blame the scriptures. If for everything, for anything we want to practice, learning that is important. So for practicing religion also, learning of scriptures is very important. Unless we learn what is said in the scriptures, we are not properly practicing the religion also. And therefore we end up doing things which will produce adverse results. It will produce adverse effect. And then we will blame the religion, we will blame the scriptures also. In those days, the basic learning, learning about religion was given in the Brahmacharya ashrama itself. When they had the schooling itself, all these varnas, ashramas, all those dharma, what is dharma, what is adharma, what is karma, what is vishesha dharma, all those things were all taught. What is each ashrama's goal, what is the final goal that we have to go, what is the path, everything was taught. But unfortunately, those ashrama, brahmacharya ashrama, and those paఠశాlas are not there anymore. So, for ignorant people, they have Bahushaka. Many branches. Not only that, Anantaha, countless notions. Some people don't even have a proper understanding of who is Ishvara. How many do we have many gods in the religion? What is each god for? Why is there so many gods? Are there really so many gods? What is God? Who is God? Where is He? What is karma? What happens if I don't do my dharma? What is dharma? What is the meaning of dharma? Dharma has got multiple meanings. We can say dharma is duty, discipline, punya. There are so many meanings for dharma. What about puja? What about dress? There are so many questions about our religion itself, our practice of religion itself, which we are not clear. Why? Because we do not have knowledge of our shastras. Jnanam ekah. So there is only one knowledge, and that knowledge has to come from shastras. For a Karma Yogi, he has a very clear picture about the goal of his life. His priorities are very clear, and therefore he knows what his immediate goals are and what his long-term goals are, and what is his ultimate goal. A Karma Yogi. What is Karma Yogi? If a Karma Yogi is a person who is practicing Karma Yoga. So if we are practicing Karma Yoga, we will understand the goal of the life and also the sadhanas. Now what about this vyavasāyātmikā, the people who are not Karma Yogis? Bhagavan is now describing them in Sloka 42 to 44. 3 slokas together. It's actually a single sentence. 3 slokas together we will study. Bhagavan is talking about them. We'll go to Sloka. Sloka number 42, 43, 44. Yami mam pushpitam vacham pravadantya Yami mam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipaschitah Veda vādaratah partha nānyadastiti vādinah Kāmāt mānah svarga parāha janma karma palapradām kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishvarya gatim prati bhogaishvarya prasaktānām taya pahrita chetasām vyavasāyātmikā buddhihi samadau na vidhiyate Yami mam pushpitam vacham pravadantya vipaschitah Veda vādaratah partha nānyadastiti vādinah Kāmāt mānasvarga parāha janma karma palapradhām kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishvarya gatim prati bhogaishvarya prasaktānām taya pahrita chetasām vyavasāyātmikā buddhihi samadau na vidhiyate. So this sloka 42 to 44, in these 3 slokas, Bhagavan is explaining why is someone having avyavasāya buddhi. Why does a person not have a straight, singular, focused goal? And Bhagavan is describing about avyavasāyinaha. The second line, whatever in 41, Bhagavan has described the second line, that person. One who does not have a single goal and one who is not clear about the goal or the sadhanas. And these 3 slokas have to be studied together because these 3 put together makes a sentence. And here what Bhagavan says is, people who have misunderstood Vedas, misunderstood life, you can say misunderstood Vedas, they preach wrongly to others. And by listening to those words, these people whose intellect is already in moha, whose intellect is already in delusion, when they listen to these words, their intellect gets swayed by those words, and therefore they are not fixed to the right goal. This is the purport of these 3 slokas. Purport of these 3 slokas is, there are people who have misunderstood the Vedas or misunderstood life. They preach wrongly to these persons, and these persons who are already deluded, whose intellect is already deluded, they get swayed by those words of these people and therefore end up having not a fixed goal. This is the essence of these 3 slokas. Now, Bhagavan is giving adjective to the people who he is calling the people who are, speak these words as unintelligent people. The people who teach or preach here, or who try to preach the other persons, he calls those people as unintelligent ones. Listen, Bhagavan has given a purpose for each organ of this body. Each organ has its purpose. And what is the purpose of the ears? The ears' purpose is to listen. Listen to what? A Shastra says, listen to the Shastras. Shrotrasya bhushanam sastram. What is the jewel that you can adorn the ears? When you listen to the Shastras. That is when you are actually giving a makeup to your ears. Only by using the ears we can listen to what Shastras say. And only by listening to Shastras we can understand the goal and we can progress further. The ears can be used to listen Shastras. The ears can also be used to listen unwanted stuff also. And if we listen to unwanted stuff, we regress backwards. We go back. Whatever spiritual progress we are making, we will be going down again. The same thing with the eyes. The eyes can show the right path. The eyes can also show the wrong path to us. So ears are capable of propelling us or forward or regressing us backwards. Bhagavan says, in this sloka he says, people who do not have this vyavasāyātmikā buddhihi, people who are not having a clear understanding of what their goals are, the reason their intellect is not fixed on this one thing is because their shraddha, their faith, their shraddha or belief, their shraddha is not on Shastras, their shraddha is on wrong persons, wrong role models and wrong concepts. They have their shraddha on wrong people and wrong ideas. And listening to these wrong ideas from wrong people, they get into delusion. And therefore, they are not able to fix on the right goal. And who is to be blamed for this? Whether the people who teach the wrong things or whether the people who listen to the wrong things. Bhagavan says both are wrong here. Reason is, generally speaking, almost all people here, all people in the world we are all deluded with pleasure and power. We look for comfort, we look for pleasure. Every time we want to be in a comfortable place. Whether we even sitting, we want to be comfortable. We want to eat the nicest food. We want to wear the nicest clothes. So we are looking for pleasure everywhere. and power. So Bhoga and Aishwaryam. Bhoga is pleasure, Aishwaryam is power. So we are always enamored by pleasure and power. Bhoga means people who want to enjoy comforts at all times. A little bit of discomfort is not good for them. They will start cribbing, complaining, crying, getting angry, whatever. And once the person has comforts, that person will start look for power. How can I make myself bigger? How can I make others work under me, or do what I say? And because of this delusion, this constant delusion of looking for only pleasure and power, these people are not able to see the lakshya, the goal, and the sādana, the path. They are neither able to see the sadhyam nor the sādana. So we'll go into the sloka. We'll try to build it from here. So for the 42nd sloka, Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadantya avapaschita. Avipaschita. Yamimam pushpitam vacham pravadantya avipaschita. Avipaschita means the unintelligent ones. Bhagavan calls this person unintelligent ones. In other words, fools. One who does not think on their own. Avipaschita. Vipaschit is a word for jnani. Avipaschit means ajnani, ignorant. The unintelligent ones. Pravadantya avipaschita. Pravadanti means speak. So the unintelligent ones speak. That is what Bhagavan says. Pravadantya avipaschita. And Bhagavan gives 3 adverbs for the words that the unintelligent speak. 3 adverbs. And this, he is also giving 5 adjectives for these unintelligent people who speak. So he is giving 5 adjectives, 3 adverbs. 5 lakshanas of people who speak, and 3 to describe what they speak. 3 words to describe what they speak, 5 words to describe who these people are. Now we'll see the Bhagavan says when these people speak, this avipaschitaha pravadanti, when these people speak, there are people who are already in delusion. They listen to these words and they end up not having a nishchaya buddhi. So now we will see the 5 adjectives or the 5 words that describe these people. The first one we saw, avipaschitaha, unintelligent ones, foolish ones. Why Bhagavan is saying unintelligent one? Why is unintelligent? Because this person is thinking that material accomplishments alone can make the life successful. How do you define success for them? The success for them is material accomplishments. Wealth. If I got enough wealth, I am successful. This is avipaschitaha. The notion here is called as avivekaha. Avivekaha means, vivekaha means proper discrimination, proper knowledge. Avivekaha means not having proper knowledge. Not having proper knowledge of what? They think artha and kama are the ultimate purushartha. The ultimate goal of life is artha kama. Money and comforts, money and pleasure are the goals of life. That is what these people think. So why Bhagavan is saying all these, clearly giving all these things, is so that we do not listen to these people when they speak. There are lots of people in the society who will speak these things. We will be able to relate to them. So kindly follow this closely. We have to learn a lesson here. We should not give our ears easily to others. The foolish people out there might drag us down also. Bhagavan doesn't say, or we should not say that I will not give my ears to anyone, I will only keep it to myself, let me find my own thing. That is also bad. We should be lending our ears to the right person. If we are progressing spiritually, however slow it may be slow progress, doesn't matter. But keep company only with those who are spiritually oriented. If we do so, our progress will not be impacted. But if we tend to go with others who have priority of artha and kama in their life, you will not realize, but slowly your spiritual progress will also diminish. Whatever you have gained also will be lost, because slowly their mind, whatever words they speak, whatever subjects they speak, it will drag us there. We will also be talking using their language, and we will be slowly dragging ourselves down. The reason is they will speak so convincingly. Bhagavan is also going to say that. So the first adjective is, or the first word to describe them is avipashchitaha. The first description of people who influence us is avipashchitaha, the unintelligent ones. The next word that Bhagavan uses for them is, in the 42nd sloka itself, the second line, first word, Vedavadarataha. Vedavadarataha. Vedavadarataha means, Vedavada means what has been said in the Vedas. Which Vedas? The Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas, which means the ritualistic portion of the Vedas. Rataha means enamored. Atmaratihi, the same word. Rataha. Rataha means enamored, charmed, smitten, attracted. Attracted by what? Vedavada, the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas. The persons who are enamored by the Vedic statements of the ritualistic portion, these people do not want the Upanishadic portion. In those days, this is very relevant for those days. In those days, there were people who were only focused on the ritualistic portion of the Vedas, the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas, because there have been innumerable rituals that have been prescribed in these Vedas to get Arthakama. You do this, Putra Kamishta Yagam, you do this, you get a house, you do this, you get wealth, you do this, you get power, do this, you get more comforts. There are so many rituals that have been prescribed in the Vedas, which when they do, people will get material benefits, and these people are belonging to this category. And we match our desires to the benefit given. We say, these are my desires. Where are the benefits in the Vedas? Okay, this portion gives me this benefit. This ritual gives me this benefit, so I will do this particular ritual, this particular homa, this particular yajna, or whatever it is, to achieve it. The one popular homa that is being done even today, these days, is Avahanti Homa. There is a Avahanti Vitanvanaha Kurvana Chiramatmanaha Vasagum Siva Magavascha Annapane Cha Sarvada Tato Me Shriya Avaha Lomasam Pasubhishaha. There is a Avahanti Homa, where it talks about I should get a lot of wealth, not only money but also annam, and I also need to get panam, vastram. All these things rituals are there. Since the Vedas itself has prescribed it as ritual, it is very clear. So the material needs will be fulfilled. What we have to realize is, yes, food is required, clothing is required, money is required, house is required, everything is required. And Vedas are not against these material accomplishments also. But what Vedas say, which these people do not realize, is Vedas says, do not dedicate your entire life for these accomplishments alone. The same Veda talks about emotional growth. The same Veda talks about intellectual growth. The same Veda talks about spiritual growth. It says, do not get caught only in this selfish materialistic pursuits. You have to grow out of them. You have to come to the philosophical portion also, the Upanishads, where you will get the ultimate Purushartha. So, here Bhagavan says, Veda Vadarataha. Means one who is Rajasa Karma Rataha. Rajasa Karma is all about accomplishments. Selfish accomplishments. Sakama Karma Rataha. So Bhagavan says, Veda Vadarataha Partha. Partha means Arjuna. Now, so we have seen two. Avipashchitaha Veda Vadarataha. Now the third one. In the same line, Nanyat Astiti Vadinaha. Nanyat Astiti Vadinaha. Vadinaha iti. Vadinaha. Vadam. We know. Argue. Debate. Vadinaha iti. Who always argue like this? Iti. Who always argue like this? What? Like what? Nanyat asti. Na asti anyat. Na asti anyat means there is nothing else. So when we go to these people and talk about nobler things in life, like for example morality, ethics, dharma, Ishvara, religion, service, all these things, when we talk about them, they are not interested in these things. They consider that life is only about making money, enjoying life. Khao, piyo, maja karo. Eat, drink and be merry. That is the purpose of life for them. So they argue also that way. Nasti anya. They say there is nothing else in life. It's all about making money, enjoying. Anya dharma kya? Moksha kya va? They will say, what is dharma? What is moksha? Purushartha va anyat. There is no other goal in life other than these. Na asti iti vadinaha. They will argue that all this dharma, moksha are all humbug. This is one life you have. Enjoy your life. You have money. You have only limited time to enjoy. Enjoy. That is how they will say. And Upanishad in fact uses a stronger word. They say Ananyat Shreyo Veda Yanyate Pramudaha. These people are all Pramudaha. Mudaha means fools. Pramudaha means filtered fools. In Tamil we say Vadigatna Mutta. These are not just fools. They will argue with us that we are wasting our time in dharma and moksha. And we will not be able to win our argument also. Nanyat asti iti vadinaha. This is the third one. So we have seen three so far. Avipashchitaha, Vedavadarataha, Nanyat asti anyat iti vadinaha. Now the fourth one. 43rd sloka, first word. Kamatmanaha. Kamatmanaha. Kamatmanaha means who are full of desires. Kama swabhava. They are full of desires. They are personification of desires. They are embodiment of materialistic desires. They are embodiment of physical pleasures. They are embodiment of sensory pleasures. From morning till evening, they always talk about what to eat, which restaurant to go, what food, what nice dish to eat, what clothes to wear, whom do I meet, what movie do I watch, which holiday can I go. Constant about desires only in their mind. That is Kamatmanaha. Now the fifth one is Swargaparaha. The next word, Swargaparaha. Who are votaries of heaven. Swarga is their ultimate goal. So there are these people are Vedavadarataha. There are also certain rituals prescribed for going to heaven. So in those days there were people who were doing these rituals to go to heaven, thinking that heaven is the ultimate goal. The ultimate place to be is heaven. But what Shastras has really said about heaven is, if a person has done a lot of punya, yes, he will go to Swargaloka, he will go to heaven. Definitely. He will enjoy the pleasures there. Yes. But once the punya gets exhausted, he will have to come back. There is no eternal heaven, there is no eternal hell in our religion. There are other Abrahamic religions which have eternal hell, heaven concept, but in ours, heaven and hell are also a place, intermediary place only. You will have to go there, stay for some time until your karma gets exhausted, and once your karma gets exhausted, you come back. You go to hell, you exhaust your papa karma, going through all the pains that you will have to go through for the papa that you have done. Once you have exhausted all the papa karma, you come back to Bhuloka. The same thing with Swarga also. Once you made some punya, you go to lots of punya, lots and lots of punya, you go to Swargaloka. Then you live a life of Swargaloka as a deva or whatever, and then exhaust, come back. So Bhagavan says, these persons think heaven is the ultimate. They do not know about moksha, and they do not want to take moksha as their ultimate goal also. So these are the 5 lakshanas of selfish, materialistic people. And Bhagavan says there are many of them. What are they? Avipaschita, unintelligent ones. Unintelligent ones, why? Because they believe in material success. Then the second one is Vedavadarataha. They are enamored by karma kanda. They are only focusing on artha kama. Vedavadarataha. Then the third is Nanyadastiti Vadinaha. They who argues that there is nothing else in life other than enjoyment. Then Kamatmana, they are full of desires. Then finally Swargaparaha, who believe in heaven as the ultimate goal. So this is the 5. And what do? They talk. Right? So Bhagavan, where does he say? 42nd sloka, second line. Sorry, 42nd sloka, first line. Pravadanti. Pravadanti avipashtita. Pravadanti. They speak. The problem with these characters is, if they remain silent and if they actually go on with their life, they are only bringing themselves to downfall. But the problem is, they speak. And when they speak, they spread their selfish and materialistic philosophy to everyone. And the thing about materialistic philosophy is, it is so attractive. It is definitely spiritual philosophy. When we talk about all this Atma, Anatma, all this whatever, values that we speak, it's all dry. It's all dry. Materialistic philosophy is always attractive. Have you had that food? Have you gone to that restaurant? Have you been to this particular place? Have you seen that jewelry? Have you seen this particular clothing? Always nice. Always variety. Always it's beauty, novelty, variety. When you talk about, do this japa, do this puja, do meditation, talk about shastras, it's all dry. So even if we are a little bit religious, a constant association with this person, and we might think, having got into the spiritual path, we've got some bit of spiritual conviction, we want to spread this spiritual conviction, or we want to make sure that this is known to the others for their benefit, and then we try to spend some time with them. What happens? Our constant association with that person, trying to convert the other person, but what happens in process? We get converted. In the sense, our spiritual growth takes a hit. We end up speaking the same language, same words, same subjects, what they want to speak. Because materialism is Maya. Maya is more attractive than Brahman. Materialism is always more attractive than spiritualism. So, Bhagavan is giving 3 adverbs to the words. First adverb, 42nd word, first line. Yamimam pushpitam vacham. The first word, first line, 42nd word. Yamimam pushpitam vacham. Vacham means words. Pushpitam, flowery. Yamimam, such flowery words they will use. You know how a tree will look so beautiful when there are lots of flowers in it. You know, in Japan, if you go at a particular time, the trees are full of flowers. It looks so beautiful. In the same way, these people, their words are so beautiful to hear. The more we listen, the more we get attracted. So over a period of time, we even forget our purpose. So their speech will be flowery, very eloquent, very attractive, very tempting, very seducing. And just as the fish is attracted by the bait, similarly, if we have materialistic friends, unknowingly we will be drawn to. When they keep constantly talking about the stock market, about property prices, about things there, our mind also goes there, and then we end up, so I have to know. My time, whatever I had planned for spiritual progress, I'll be spending time more on that. Yamimam pushpitam vacham. The second adverb, the 43rd sloka, first line, second part. Janma karma palapradam. So what will their words lead to? Their words, whatever they will speak, they will lead to further births. Pradam means results. What is the result of following their words? If we follow their words, Janma karma pala. It will give a karma phala of Janma, rebirth. If we keep listening to these words, we will get Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam, Punarapi Janani Jatare Sayanam. Iha samsara bahudustare kripaya pare pahimurare. Bhagaja Govindam, Shankaracharya says, Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. Punarapi Janani Jatare samsara Sayanam. The samsara is such that we always are in this birth and death cycle. There will be no end where they will lead us. So, Janma Karma Palapradam. Then finally, Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. The 43rd second line, Kriya Vishesha. They are full of specific rites. They talk about various sadhanas. They show us various things for us to do. They talk about various projects. Their words will be full of saturated varieties of actions and projects. Have you invested in crypto, Bitcoin? They will give you do invest it here, you get there. In Vedic parlance, it is rituals. In modern parlance, it is varieties of ambitious projects. And when we listen to this, what is the casualty? The casualty is our Gita, Bhagavad Gita study, no time for classes. We want to have extra money from the time that we have. We want to study crypto, we want to invest in crypto, we want to understand crypto, we want to maybe do research in property market, stock market, whatever. We want to have a part-time income. We want to have a hobby where we want to earn also, multi-level marketing, whatever. And lead to what? Janma karma palapradam. One action will lead to another action. It will suck to another action. We will see more about this in the next class. Any questions or comments?
Yes. Can I have that 5 adjectives?
Okay. I don't know whether I have time. Okay, I will just give you. 5 adjectives are Avipashchitah Vedavadarataha Nanyatastiti Vadinaha Kamatmanaha Swargaparaha.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Not? So we'll see again in the next class. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.